We're trying to look at how to calculate the percentage of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins in a meal. Okay, and the information you are using is basically what? Calories. Okay, so how to use calories to calculate the percentage of what? Carbohydrate, proteins, and fat. So let's look at the full question. They said that the class rep of set 9 medical students of BSU, that's my university, Benue State University, he took a meal and the total, let me get a pen, right? Because I need to cycle out some things. So the total cholesterol was 2,500. Note that, all right? Now, out of the cholesterols, 1,200 of the, okay, sorry, out of the 2,500 calories, 1,200 calories was carbohydrates. 845 of the calories was fat. And the rest of the calories was actually what? Proteins. Okay? So how can you even know the rest? Okay? The rest you know it by saying, let me say, I'm coming, calculate it. You say what? 25 minus what? 12. That's 13. Okay? 25 minus 12, that's actually what? 13. Coming? Okay, it's actually 25 minus this 12 plus 845. So first of all, you add 12 to 845, okay? It's 2,045, okay? So now you now say what? 25 minus 2,045. That's 455, okay? So just keep that value. So let's continue with the question. They said that, so what percentage of the meal was containing this carbohydrate, fat, and protein? Now, calculating this percentage is very simple. You just simply say the 12, if it is carbohydrate, now I say 12 calories divided by what? 25 calories times 100, okay? Then for the proteins, you now minus and now say that 455 divided by 25 times 100, you get? So that's how they do it. So based on the result above, what professional advice can you give the class rep? So let's calculate. So from the breakdown for carbohydrates, you say what? 1,200 divided by 2,500 times 100 is to give you 48%. Then 845 divided by 2,500 times 100 will give you 33.8%. So now you are supposed to know the normal percentage of carbohydrate that is supposed to be in a food, normal percentage of proteins that is supposed to be in a food, normal percentage of what do they call it? Normal percentage of fat that is supposed to be in a food. You get it? So from there now I can get to advise the class rep if this is low or not. Okay, but I'll be adjusting some values here. We'll be focusing on only the normal, right? So I'll be adjusting some values there, so you just take notes. Then for the proteins, you basically would add the 12 plus 845, then you now divide it by 25, which is the total, times 100 to give you 18%, right? So for the professional advice I will give the class rep, for the carbohydrates, you find out that carbohydrate levels are basically between what? 30 to 48, okay? So carbohydrate levels within the recommended range, as carbohydrates are the body's main source of energy, okay? So however, okay, choosing complex carbohydrate over simple sugars is crucial for sustained energy. Well, that's it. All right, that's just part of the advice, right? Then for fats, for you to have fat of 33.8% is actually high, okay? Because fat is supposed to be between 25 to 35. So if it is 33.8, it's getting towards the high range, okay? So it's kind of like high. So high is a bit high, okay? So aim to keep the fat intake between 20 to 35%. Yeah, it's within 25, is within 35%, but it's almost getting high. Do you understand? So focus on healthy fats also, like those I found in fish, the nuts, and olive oil. Then for proteins, proteins levels is about protein level should be about 20 to 35. It's not 25, right? So basically, For you to have 18.6% is close to the range. Okay, so it's reasonable, right? Though for students who are what active, like in terms of a class rep, who is very active and is under stress, okay, they will slightly need a higher protein than normal. Okay, so that's it, and that's it for the calculation and the advice I will give somebody that actually took this kind of food.